Hey guys, so today I am doing a drawing of Kenny Omega from Wrestle Kingdom 13. Last year I did a drawing of him in his Wrestle Kingdom 12 gear, which I'll have a picture of the drawing up on here. And so I really wanted to draw him again this year, so I drew him in the gear he came out with this year. Originally, I was going to draw him in the same signature pose of his that I drew him in last year. However, I was sketching this last night and I was getting really frustrated, so I ended up just kind of going for more of a basic pose. The sketch was kind of really frustrating me last night. I don't know why, it's weird because I didn't have a lot of trouble drawing the body, which is normally what I really struggle with, but I was struggling a lot with the face, so I went for a different eye style than I normally did, and I changed the eyes 20 different times. So if it does look a little different than my usual style, that is why. I also really wanted to emphasize the one angel wing in this, so even though it's kind of already in his gear, I went and I drew kind of a more exaggerated, traditional kind of angel wing. So I did the base sketch of the drawing with a Prismacolor Colorase color pencil and a just regular mechanical pencil. And for the inking of this, I inked using my Pentel Pocket brush pen and my Prismacolor fine liners. So now we are moving on to the coloring. So first up I colored the skin, and for the whole drawing I used my Copic markers to do color the main part of it. I used my watercolors later, which I'll show you guys. But for the skin I colored using the Copic markers in E21, E11, and E95. I also believe I went in later and shaded with one of my cool gray markers as well. Next up, I went and started to shade the beard, which I shaded with C0, and then I went and started to color the armor. So I started off with the angel wing thing on the side, which I did a base of C0, and then I went in with C1 and C2 for the shading. So for the hair, since it is two-tone hair, I did the top of the hair with C4, and then I shaded with C5 and C6 Copics. And then for the bottom of the hair, I colored it with C7, and then went in with T6 for the shading. For the armor, I pretty much colored it the same as the hair using the C4, C5, and C6 markers. I also used a C2 marker to kind of blend everything together a little more, and I also used it in a few parts of the armor, but it was mostly for blending. The eyes were colored with a C5. Around here, I went and colored the eyebrows, which I believe I used E95, E02, and E25, and I also went and inked the background for this piece. I then went and started to color in the bigger angel wing. So for that, I used C1 for the base of it, and then I shaded using the C2 and the C4. So for the title belt strap, I colored it in T6 and T7, and then here I colored the little blue gems with B28 and B29. I then went in for the title plates, and for that I used Y28, E33, and E35, although my Y28 marker was drying out a lot here, which is why the coloring was kind of messy. And then for the silver parts, I colored it with C1, and then I believe I went in with C2 for some shading. And then I pretty much went over a lot of the drawing with this glittery gel pen. I believe it's by Jelly Roll. It's like a clear one and it's super sparkly. I used to use it a lot more in my drawings, and I have done a few metallic kind of sparkly drawings recently, but I haven't been doing like as many, so it's kind of fun to get to go back and do this all around the drawing. I also went back in with my Zig metallic brush pen in silver, and I went and added in a lot of detailing and kind of metallic bits around there to kind of like spruce up the drawing. So finally I went and started coloring the background. So I used my Kuretake Gansei Tombi watercolor palette, and I just took a bunch of the greens and kind of like mixed them together for the background because his tights, which aren't seen in the drawing, were green. And I liked it, like I wanted to incorporate the green in there, but I didn't like kind of how green it was because the entrance background, like when he came out, it was a lot more like blue. So what I ended up doing off camera was I went and I added in a layer of blue watercolor over the top, and I liked how it came out a lot better. And then what I did here is I went in with my Uniball Signo gel pen and just added some white stars and white dots all around to kind of give that galaxy effect I normally do. I didn't let it dry enough, so the stars were like a little weird looking, but you know what? That's life. And that is pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!